have a desire for what you want. You have to be hungry. If you're waking up every day and you don't have a goal or some type of ambition to become better than you are at this current moment, then you are doing something wrong. You're around the wrong people. You're watching the wrong things. You're eating, doing, and consuming the wrong things.
Stuff. Yes.
Make sure that you change it.
Want to be in, because if not, you living in the flesh and you're not living by the Holy Spirit, which is going to guide you to. If you read all the stories in the Bible, they weren't doing nothing that was comfortable. Them boys was Moses and them boys. Moses walking up to Pharaoh, let the people go, and going up against the king. Like, they was not doing nothing. Jesus was never comfortable from everything. What up, world? This is the Awaken Your Best podcast. I'm your co-host, Rasta White, with my brother, Terrence Feagin. In this podcast, our ultimate goal is to teach you how to awaken the best version of yourself. Simple as that. Mentally, financially, spiritually, any possible way you can grow as a person, we all for that. You feel me? That's where we head.
Sir.
Yes, sir. So today in this episode, is this kind of a topic that I've been really pondering on. It's about how to make better decisions. Okay. We got to end indecisiveness, right? Mm-hmm. We've all been there. I've been there countless times. I'm sure Terrence been there countless times.
Man.
When you just find yourself getting caught in too much confusion. And then you end up making a wrong decision on top of that, right? Mm-hmm. And then you just you losing your mind, like, bro, you asking for 10 different opinions. You filtering through your own brain. You got all this going on. When in reality, a lot of times, deep down what decision you want to make. Okay, so that's one little piece of it, though. Like, we about to delve into that. You feel me?
Yeah, let's get deep in it.
Let's do it. So I want to start with something simple as this. I remember when, right before I was getting out the Navy, I had a bad day or whatever, and I was upset. You feel me? So, and at that time, I'm gonna tie you into it, because at that time I was deciding, do I want to get out the Navy or do I want to stay in the Navy?
Yeah.
Right? Indecisiveness. I was going through that, when in reality I knew I just wanted to get out, but I was juggling them, right? And I was upset that day, and I remember I called Terrence. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm tired of this. I'm getting out of here. I'm definitely getting out now. Blase, blase, blah.
Yeah.
And he said one line to me that always stuck with me. He said, you don't want to make decisions when you're upset.
100. Yeah.
Never. You never want to make decisions when you are upset.
Mm-hmm.
Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to make the wrong decision. Now, I got out the Navy, right? Do that mean I made the wrong decision? No. But in that day right there specifically, though, I was going purely off emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I had no logic attached to that. I wasn't thinking about the pros and I didn't weigh my options really at that point. I was just going purely off emotion. And that's the one tip. If you listening to this right now, the biggest thing you could do to make better decisions is don't make them purely off emotion. Don't.
Can't do
Unless
it.
somebody slap you and then you like, I'm about to punch him in the face. That's different. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. At that point, we boxing.
You feel? Yeah, so that's heat of the moment, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about life decisions that can change the trajectory of where you heading at, right?
Yeah. 100%, man. Hey, just to fill in on that, kind of talk a little bit about that. And the reason why I always say, like, don't make big life decisions when you upset or when you overly even happy too, is because, like, in those times, you're not really yourself. You're not really at an even kill mindset. Like, you can make some of the worst decisions when you excited, and it turn out to be the worst decision for you in the future.
Amen, bro.
But to be honest, like, you should be even kill in a lot of situations. And after you make a large decision, like getting out the Navy or whatever it may be, that could be life altering, just come down and really just think about it, take a rest, and really just decide if it is the best for you. And basically what I'm saying is, like, investigate the situation in detail. So understand exactly what is happening at that moment when you're upset. Like, if you're upset at you and your wife, when you're having an argument and you decide, like, yo, I'm about to get the fuck out of here and, ride down the street and crash a car, like, investigate what's happening. Like, yo, what did she do? why are you feeling like this? Just think to yourself. And I always say, like, thoughts are the biggest tool that can be used to destroy or to evaluate yourself and to evolve. So just think about what's happening. I promise you, once you think about it, you'll come to a good decision after you investigate the situation, and it could be the best decision you ever make in your life.
Yep, bro, I agree 100%. Like you said, you're not yourself. When your emotions are running, you're not yourself. I've been hearing a lot of people, successful people that I listen to say things like, you got to get out your feelings. You know, you got to, when it comes to pretty much anything in life, Terrence, we was talking about that too. Like when it comes to marriage, like, especially if you're a man listening to this, man, we got to learn how to get out our feelings. Like, do that mean we don't feel emotions? Do that mean we never get upset again? No. Terrence, it's going to be days I get upset again. It's going to be days Terrence get upset. We ain't saying there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
But when you upset, it's time to take a step back. When you upset, it's time to take a step back. Don't make no decisions on nothing. Just say, like he said, oh, actually, I definitely want to talk about that excitement thing. Like, I didn't even think of that. Making decisions when you're excited, because this is what happens, right? I'll give you a perfect example. You're a person that's about to graduate college, boom. You get one job offer, and they talking about some numbers that you like.
Yeah.
Your excitement, it might get the best of you. So now, instead of you really evaluating, is this a workplace that's suitable for me? Did this person that interviewed me, can I see myself even being in the same, like, is this company, is there any purpose for me behind in this company? Do this company stand for values that I agree with?
Right.
All of that is going out the window when you see that number that you want. When you see that number, that excitement kick in, and then you just say, yep, hire me right now. Boom.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Stuck.
You can't do that because God might have other blessings for you too. And that's what I'm learning. Like, God sit back and just are you excited? That don't mean I'm telling you to do it. Or are you upset? Okay, that don't mean I'm telling you to do it. So that's a big key. Like, and I could say this as well on my journey as an entrepreneur and things of that nature. I was making decisions all off emotion. I was either doing stuff because I was upset, or like Terrence mentioned, the side we don't think about, I was making a lot of decisions when I was excited. I was buying this, buying that, swiping your card just because, you see something that somebody, this going to make you elevate your business. You haven't even evaluated it, but just because you like the price and the video that you watch, boom,
shiny new thing.
And we can, shiny objects. And we confuse that with when people tell you just take action. It's not necessarily the same as just make a decision.
Right.
They're a little different. Like, just taking action is something is like more like, you need to shoot a YouTube video today, and you sitting there contemplating on the topic for hours and hours, when in reality, just turn the camera on and get to talking.
Just do it.
Make that decision. You feel me? That's what just taking action is. But making decisions, you need you feel me? You got that job offer. You see a number that you like. I'm not saying the job ain't right for you. You still should be like, I'm excited, but can you give me a day to think about it? Can you just give me one day to think about it? Would that be okay? And also, what that would do is that let them know you a better decision maker. Like, oh, he didn't just jump at this number. We thought that was gonna get him, but no, he took a step back, and not a ball is more in your court, because now they waiting on you to decide. They like, he ain't just jumping at it. You feel me?
Yeah.
You got anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, bro. I got a perfect example. So the first job I got when I got out the military, great job, loved it. But it just came to the time where it was time for me to leave and kind of progress. And, they kind of did some things where I was a little upset, but regardless, it is what it is now. I don't really hold grudges. But I had another job offer, couple job offers. At that time, I was getting ready to transition from that job. And one job was actually paying me $10,000 more than where I was at currently. And I'm like, I was upset at the job, and I was excited at the new opportunity I was going to because of the money.
I think your mic cut out.
Mic check. Can you hear me? No, I'm still there.
Yeah, it had cut out. Yep, go back. Okay, cool.
So yeah, bro. So I was, so it was like $10,000 more. I was a little upset from the other previous job, and I was like, yo, like, I was upset and excited at the same time. So in that moment, how do you make a right decision? And like Rasta said, I was like, yo, let me step back. Let me talk. Let me talk with my wife. let me, talk to God. Let me see what's the best
Yo,
situation. Let
thank
me
you for
talk to the
tuning
people
into this
that's around me.
podcast right now. I want to say if you like this, make sure that you subscribe and like the video. Comment down below what you like so far. Of course, we're bringing these podcasts to you all the time, and we just want to continue to grow. So you can actually help us to grow by commenting down below, liking the video, and also subscribing. Tell a friend to tell a friend all about this podcast, and we'll see y'all real soon. Let's get back to the video.
Talk to God. Let me see what's the best situation. Let me talk to the people that's around me. And what I did is I created a constructive environment for me to think in. And ultimately, I left the job and I went to that job. But as you just said, I went there and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. Because one, I didn't create a constructive environment to where it was really me getting to understand that business. But when I got inside that business and that new job, that new career, I was asking questions to the CEO. I was asking, questions to the people that were there. And it was a small firm. And I was like, nah, this ain't for me. But luckily I had multiple different offers. So I easily skipped that job and went to the next one. But really what I'm saying here is that you have to create a constructive environment for you to grow. You can't grow in toxic soil if you were a seed. I always relate to, different philosophies of life to seed. But I mean, it's so true. But you can't grow, you can't develop, you can't process thinking if you're in an environment that's not conducive towards growing. So you have to be in an environment where you can sit back, have mindfulness, meditate on the decision, talk to God, journal, and really progress through your thoughts. And it's so important.
Absolutely, bro. Constructing that environment, that's critical. That's critical because like he said, you got to have that space to where you can have that mindfulness, because if your environment is pressuring you to make a decision or you're not, and that's great actually. You see, y'all here, if y'all really listen to what he's telling you, like he had a job offer that was paying more than the job he had. On top of, he was already upset with the job he had, so he was battling both sides. Yeah. And normally, what as human nature is to do what? When I'm upset at a person and somebody else come with something that I want, man, you out. You're gonna be like, I'm gone. No hesitation. Yeah. Blessing from God, I'm gone. Yeah. But thank God that he stepped back and calmed down. You gotta relax. Then make your decision. He stepped back, calmed down, evaluated the whole situation, top to bottom, talked to his wife. Tip out there for guys, don't be making decisions without talking to your wife. I'm learning that.
Yeah, that's one of the worst.
Damage a household. It don't make you a sucker. What it does is you and your partner is one. So if you're making decisions without her, that's basically you saying, I don't care how you feel about it. I'm just about to do it. Even if it affect our household in a negative way, I'm just going to do it. So that's what I'm learning.
Yeah, you half-assed, you half-cocked, like you half of a man. Like, bro, I done learned so much from me making decisions and not letting my wife know it. And she'd be like, look, I told you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
she quick to be like, I told you should have just listened to me in this situation. I'll be like, man, you know what? You're right. A lot of, like, at first I used to be like, man, I don't want to hear that, like, get into an argument. But now I'm like, man, you right. Why not just listen to you? And it make them feel better too when they think that they smarter than you in certain situations.
Yeah, he ain't lying, because they definitely are second pair of eyes, and they definitely can see stuff that we can't see at times. Because sometimes, like we saying, you could be excited and don't realize you that excited. And I mentioned that before, like looking back, I realized when I made a lot of bad decisions, it's because I was doing it from excitement. I was buying. Like I said, you buying too much stuff when you already got all the tools you need. But you go on Amazon and you get excited looking at a new upgrade or a new whatever that you can't afford right now. And then you purchase it and now you in debt, and then now you feel me? It has a negative effect. So learning to, so that's the moral story what we're saying right now. Just calm down, evaluate the situation. And then when you got a clear head, then make your decision.
Got to, man. I think another part of that is also like exploring your options are amazing when it comes to the decision that you want.
Talk about it.
Like the one thing that I always tell people when we were in the Navy, just to take it back, we always got Navy stories. We always got Navy relations here. But, I always tell people like, yo, you getting out. Okay, where you going? You going back home? All right, cool. But look, explore your options. Like you left there at first for a reason. Like, why do you want to go back to that? Are you going to go back there and be like this new person that you are 4 or 5 years, 10 years later? Or are you going to go back there and get into the same things that you did before you left? Now, I think, Rasta, you a great example of somebody who went back home, not necessarily back in the same city, but outside the city. But you took the same, you weren't the same person that you were before you came to the Navy. You took these 4 or 5 years later, bigger, stronger, faster, smarter, more intelligent person, and you developed who you are right now, and you consistently are developing that. But what I'm saying is, like, explore the options too. Don't
Mm.
just, if you're mad and you're sad, this is what I really want to say. Explore the options, because never fall back into being comfortable. As human beings, we always get to the point of, we rather be mediocre and okay with being comfortable instead of fighting for the unknown and going through the tribulations. Like, what if that other opinion or other option for yourself was to better you, and you have to go through that tribulation to become better, to become stronger, to become, like, you went through the tribulations, then you went back, and now you're a bigger, stronger, faster person. You live in a life now, and people that are back home, like, they can look at you and say, damn, man, Rasta, you doing your thing. Or for me, like, I didn't go back home. I went to a whole nother state, and now people that seeing me from back home, they like, yo, man, you doing your thing. Bro, you fought through the tribulation. Man, you fought through the unknown. You wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
And now look at you. So explore your options.
Explore your options. I love that, bro. And like Terrence said, like, that's great advice, because when you're thinking about going back home, listen to that word, back. Like you said, if you're not careful, you're gonna be going back in time, and you're gonna be going back to the comfortable you 5 years ago, because the environment, they pull you back. Oh, you done changed, you done got bougie. And then you like, yeah, you right. Let me go back to when I ate that for dinner instead of eating a well-balanced dinner. Yeah, you're right. Let me go back to when I didn't care about my grooming. Let me go back. You literally can start going back. So my story is a perfect example, like Terrence mentioned, simply because I came back home, but I created a new environment for myself, like Terrence said, so I could continue to grow. Because I'm telling you, if I would have came back here and I would have moved in my mother house, I would have slowly started reverting back to the old me that before I left. I would have slowly started picking back up on those habits, depending on my mama for this, depending on my mama for that. And we talk about, and this podcast ain't necessarily about environment, but it's all connected. Creating that new environment for yourself is a decision that you need to make. And like Terrence also said, staying uncomfortable, because I'm not comfortable right now. Terrence not comfortable right now, but the longer you live uncomfortable, the more you get comfortable being uncomfortable.
100.
And you know you growing. You can always trust. If you're uncomfortable in your life right now, you listening to this, you probably growing, bro. That's all that's probably going on. You probably growing. If you listening to this and you comfortable, you chilling, you ain't got no goals or nothing like that, you probably not growing. So I hope you in a position that you really want.
Desire. Now, what's more important? Buying the new shiny toy out there, or picking up a book?
Want to be in, because if not, you living in the flesh and you're not living by the Holy Spirit, which is going to guide you to. If you read all the stories in the Bible, they weren't doing nothing that was comfortable. Them boys was Moses and them boys. Moses walking up to Pharaoh, let the people go, and going up against the king. Like, they was not doing nothing. Jesus was never comfortable. From everything I done read, he had to constantly go, heal the blind. He had to constantly walk here, walk there. He was constantly busy doing things, and people was looking at him like, is this guy crazy? Like, what? So I love that. That's a great point, brother. You gotta be uncomfortable and get in an environment where you can make good decisions. Okay.
100. I think the good decisions is based off of also being fearless too. And like you said, Jesus and the people in the Bible, like, those dudes were fearless. Yeah, they may get scared and have a moment where they just crunching their teeth, but eventually they get the spirit to just say, okay, I'm going for it. And I think it was like back then, and even some people now, it's like a lot of us, we get so comfortable because we live in the United States and we can be comfortable and be mediocre and skate through life and be okay and be fed and be warm and be healthy, and at the end of your life be okay with not, you know, accomplishing anything. But the true fighters, the true ambitious, high achieving are not ever comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable. Like, I put myself in situations to be uncomfortable to grow. Like when I first got in the military, bro, you helped me move down here. We always going back to the military, but even even in high school, even in college, like I always did things to make myself uncomfortable because I knew I would grow from it. I knew I wouldn't fail and be on my ass and be homeless because I take my power from God. I take my source of healing from God, and I know like I'm never gonna be on the streets as long as I'm working and doing my thing. But what I want to say here is this, is that you have to be uncomfortable in order to grow. And if you are comfortable, evaluate yourself, because you sitting around, you're not doing nothing. And if that's the life you want to live, you probably wouldn't even be listening to this podcast right now.
Exactly.
You probably wouldn't have made it 19, 20 minutes into this podcast because you are a loser. You're a loser. But just really just speaking to it, it's like, yo, I put myself in a situation to be uncomfortable and to grow. Like when I got here, I moved into this house where we are here in California. Like the fact of moving to California with 3 kids and a wife, not having a job, and just knowing and having faith that I will be better, because I always seen myself as better. I seen my kids growing up. I seen my wife doing well, and we've constantly gotten better each and every single year, to where my mindset is, I'm not even here right now. Like, I'm not here in this house. Yeah, I'm here physically. Yeah, I'm here mentally at times, but my mind is already in the hills. What I mean by that, my house is in the Hollywood Hills. And now everybody got to think like that, and it's okay. You don't got to think about Hollywood Hills. You could just think about being where I'm at, or you could just think about having an apartment. Like Rasta, when you got out, you thought about having an apartment, and where you were 2-3 years ago is not where you were 2-3 years. Where you are now is not where you are 2-3 years ago, because your mindset is always about developing, getting bigger. Like your mindset is on now getting a house, you know?
Yep. I'm outgrowing the apartment now. Now, you know, wife just had a baby. We outgrowing it. So now it's like we comfortable here, but it's like, no. We got to get uncomfortable again. It's time to put some pressure on ourselves. We moving up out of here. And like Terrence said, was when I first got here, I wasn't comfortable because I was living on my own for the first time. It was terrifying, to be honest. Like, I never lived on my own outside of the Navy. I was always around people. So when I was in my own place, I'm like, man, this feel. I should have just moved in with my mama, moved in with Terrence or something, man. I'm all the way. But like he said, eventually you start to get comfortable, and now it's time to hit that reset button, get uncomfortable again.
100. If you're not outgrowing where you are, and you've been there 4, 5, 10 years down the road, and you haven't thought about moving, listen, I'm gonna just say it again. You a sucker. And I like, this is the thing. It's like, bro, I think we got to be more open and real and honest with these people. And again, if you made it to this far in the podcast, you are one of the people who listen often. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. So we only gonna give you facts. Thank you. But this is it. You got to be hungry. You have to really want. You have to really want things in life, not wanting. You have to really have the desire to be the person that you want to be in the future. Wanting is only going to be lacking. Check out the latest episode that I dropped last week. That's a plug.
Talk about it.
You have to have the desire for what you want. You have to be hungry. If you're waking up every day and you don't have a goal or some type of ambition to become better than you are at this current moment, then you are doing something wrong. You're around the wrong people. You're watching the wrong things. You're eating, doing, and consuming the wrong things.
Stuff. Yes.
Make sure that you change it, because
today what we want to talk about is investing in yourself.
Because again, if you I read a lot of times where it says that your desire for more is just like what God is giving you. Like, you should want to be able to be fulfilled at your greatest desire, because that's what God wants for you. God doesn't want you in poverty. God does not want you lacking. If you believe that God wants you on the side of the street begging and asking for coins and asking for handouts, you are believing in the wrong thing. And I'm just gonna be
Yep.
honest with you. God is about giving you more in abundance, love. If you love somebody, bro, would you have them on the corner? No.
Right. Nope.
So that
Nope.
is of yourself. You have to get up. You have to want more. He can't get you up every single day and have you on your way. He gave you free will to think and believe what you
Yep.
want. If you're
Yep.
thinking about poverty, then that's what you're getting. If you're thinking
Mhm.
about abundance and more, that's what you're going to get. That's what, like, I wish people understood that. And people may be living in a mediocre life right now. But what are you thinking? What do you want? Do you want
Yep.
abundance? Okay, think about it. Change the tune in your brain to think
Yep.
about what you want, and you're going to have it.
Bro, I completely agree. Abundance is, and y'all, the mindset shift of abundance is it's the mistakes that we make every day. Like, stop worrying about little small prices of stuff. Stop
Yeah.
thinking so small. Like he said, God energy, it's unlimited, bro. You think God worried about a bank account balance and it's unlimited. So what you think he have in store for us? The Holy Spirit, not our flesh that worry about unnecessary worry.
Yeah.
What do you think he have in store for you, bro? Like, literally whatever you want. And like Terrence said, there's nothing wrong with being like, I don't want no mansion. I don't want to be a gazillionaire. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, we ain't saying you need to be like that, but you should always be wanting to improve your life because, and this a lot of things, right? If you a guy out there, for example, that's single and you want a woman, you can't get one or whatever, a lot of times it's because you don't have no desire and she don't see no future in you. From my experience, you if you stagnant, I'm telling you, any guy listening to this, I'm sure you've been at least in one relationship. Sit still for a year straight with no goals, without moving, no plans or nothing. I'm telling you, the person you with is gonna start bugging you like, what's going on? Yeah, and then you might got one more year, you might got two, because you know a lot of women are very loyal. They're gonna give you a lot of time. Yeah. But after that third, fourth year hit, and they see you ain't at least out here failing. You need to at least be out here failing, bro. You need to be out here taking action, showing her that you at least willing to try. Because if you're not at least willing to try, and you work a job, and you just ain't nothing wrong with working a job, but you working your job, and you're not even trying to get a promotion at your job. Like, why aren't you? You know, like, ain't nothing wrong with saying I want to retire this job. But even the Navy, they kick you out if you don't make a certain rank at a certain time. You can't just be an E3. E3, it's a cap on it. They like, okay, it's been, I think it's 8 years now. Once you hit your 8th year, they like, bro, you either got to make E4 or you got to go. Like, there's no reason you're not growing. The world don't favor you when you don't grow, bro. Or they just take advantage of you. You're a person that ain't growing, okay, the world they gonna pick you and they're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna use you for this. And forever. You feel me?
Bro, you hit an important topic within your discussion that you had. You said that women and the wife or the person that you're with, even if you're single, if you do not have the energy of ambition, if you do not have the force field around yourself of a man of higher stature and higher, I would say, like, it has to be something on you, the charm, the power, like the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you look, you're going to attract the people to you. You're going to attract the people that are on your same level. So if you're on a level where, you getting 2s and 3s that come to you, then you got to up your standard. You got to up.
And they got nothing to do with how you look. If you're a man, I'll be honest with you, it has zero to do. They don't care how you look.
They don't care, bro. Women don't care about it. I mean, they care in a certain sense, but what they really care about is safety and security.
And how you take care of yourself. Like, when we say how you look, grooming yourself, smelling good, that's stuff that anybody can do. But far as your lips being big, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
facial
no, they
features,
don't care,
body. It's people out here that got one arm that got some of the most beautiful people in the world because it's about safety and security. Like, security as in, if you taking care of yourself and your rent paid, she don't got to go 50-50 or she don't got to go 20, whatever the freak with you. Like, it's about, can you secure yourself? Can you secure yourself? And then you can pull in and have somebody else. No woman is going to be with a bum unless that woman's a bum herself. And I don't want to really get into that, but it's just like, be better for yourself and you're going to get more. Abundance is going to come to you. The best is going to come to you, but you can only get what you assume that you are. You can
Yep.
only get what you assume that you are. If you are
Yep.
assuming that you are more healthy, if you're assuming that you're attractive, you're going to attract attractive things. You're going to attract healthy objects. That's all it is. And that's what we're trying to tell you. If you want more, assume that you are that which you want to be. Like the Bible says, let the blind man say that I can see, I think. Or it says like let the weak say that I'm strong. What is he telling you?
Yep.
What is the Bible telling you? Say with your mouth who you want to be, and you will become that if you have faith and you believe it long enough.
Bro, completely agree. You got to start assuming it. You got to assume that you are that. You got to start moving towards it. And you, like he said, you start attracting that energy. If you thinking poverty, if you thinking this, if you thinking that energy is going to come. But if you thinking, I'm a man, I'm a man that's a work in progress. You know, me and Terrence, we still growing as men, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you thinking like, man, you know what? Okay, I ain't got the charisma that I want, but the man that I'm building to be has great charisma. The man that I'm building to be has great financial security. The man that I'm building to be has all of that. So then your mind just changes. Like you stop focusing too much on the present in a way of like, just because you can't afford something right now, you don't feel like it don't bother you, because it's like, okay, but I'm sure by next year. Hold up. You're still here and you haven't liked and subscribed to this channel yet? Man, click off of this video. No, I'm just playing. We really appreciate your time making it up until this point in the video. If you're getting value, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Awaken Your Best community. Come be a part of it. We're really trying to build, grow, help you out spiritually, mentally, financially, revolutionarily, every kind of way possible, okay? So leave that like, leave that comment, subscribe, share this with a friend that you feel can get some value from this, and enjoy the show. I'm about to get back to work. Now, you don't feel like it don't bother you, because it's like, okay, but I'm sure by next year, as long as I keep focusing on this goal, I'm sure next year that won't be a question at all. Like the way I think right now, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I can't just stop and just go to England right now, just stop everything. But guess what? I know for a fact the man I'm building to be can. The man I'm building to be can stop and just go to the Bahamas. Hey, baby, you know what? I'm tired. Let's go to the Bahamas. You feel me? This weekend. Not even 6 months in advance. Not even 100. Let me call off, for the next 12 months. It's more like the man I'm building to be has that control. So I want to tie all that back into our decision making and things of that nature. Like when you making decisions too, like stop thinking about the present you when you make decisions. Start making decisions based on what decision will the future you make. Instead, will the future you buy that book, or will the future you take that $15 and buy a Netflix subscription? What would the future you do? What will he do? Start asking yourself that question. What will the future me do? And then you start to live. You seek guidance from the future. I read that before. We need to stop seeking guidance from the past us and seek guidance from the future us. Because
I love it.
That's the connection with God. That's the God version of you that He already predestined. You start connecting with that person in that future. The decisions you make, bro, you stop looking at the prices when you out with your girl or whatever. You're not really thinking about, I'm gonna cover the bill, get what you want, instead of wait, how much was that drink? Now, I'm not saying go out and go broke and go bankrupt. I'm learning now, if we ain't got it, we not going nowhere. I'm not finna be out not tipping.
Looking crazy.
Bro, because it just ain't, And then when I find myself in them situations, because the flesh is strong, I start saying, okay, I got to step my game up. I got to get back to thinking how I was thinking, because there's a point, and I'm starting to learn, like, you got to start thinking in abundance. Throw stuff away. If you eat 80% of your food while you at the restaurant, don't take home that one chicken tender, bro. Like,
knock that joint out.
No shots, no shots and like that. I'll still take food home. If I eat half of my food, I'll take the rest if it's enough to at least make a meal later. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But like, just start practicing that. Pennies, like, give your pennies, get your change away. Like, get your change away to people that you see out all the time. Like,
Yeah.
don't, like, I even found myself doing that. I was trying to keep the quarters and just get them the nickels and dimes. You know, you feel, it ain't no, you know, that's just part of it. But I'm learning. It's times where even I just give a person all the money I got in my pocket. Luckily, most stuff is digital. So, you know, hopefully you ain't got $1,000. Don't get nobody that. But if I got $22 in my pocket, somebody asking for some help, sometimes I'm say, you know what, let me just get them the $22. You know, just start thinking abundantly, bro. God has an unlimited source. He got unlimited blessings for you, bro. So start thinking abundantly when you make your decisions. I'm tying it back to that. Start thinking abundantly. Think about the future version of you and then make decisions that way. What you think of that, bro?
I love it. I think you kind of hit the nail right on the head. If you're thinking of poverty, like I said before, you're going to get that. But if you're thinking, oh, let me hold on to this, that's all you're going to have. Oh, I got this $22 in my pocket. I got to have that for later. No, give it up. Because, you know, when you get home, you might have another $22 there that you ain't even know about. Or you might get $22 in the mail as a gift that you ain't even know about. So just give it up. Don't be stingy and hold on to it, because again, like, if you let it go freely, it's gonna return in tenfold. Like Job, we relate a lot of things because we Christian, we believe in God, we believe in the Bible. Job had everything stripped of him. And I be thinking like, Lord, please don't put me in that situation. I ain't strong.
We ain't talking about just all his items. We talking about blood. They took his kids away, bro.
His wife walked away from him too, right? Or she was at least
she was the only one left.
She was like, yo, you tripping. Like, yeah, like, what are you doing? You need to curse
like, what
God.
Are you serving?
Yeah, like, bro, I don't even want to imagine myself. But what I'm saying is like, let it go. You never know what the plan is for you, because next year you might be a trillionaire, billionaire, millionaire, thousandaire, whatever it is that's for you. Like, it's all going to be there for you. But think abundance, and you're going to attract that into your life. And man, that's literally, I've been saying that for years and years. And at this point in my life, like, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm definitely where I was thinking I would be a couple years ago. And that's exactly what I've gotten so far. And it's going to take time. It's going to take courage. It's going to take faith. But most important, it's going to take that patience. You be patient, and everything that you ask for is going to come to you.
Bro, I agree 100%. And I want to close with this. Definitely, you gotta have that abundance mindset shift that will guide you making much better decisions. And I want to say this too, because we're talking about making decisions and things like that and thinking about them. But one good quality I noticed from all the leaders I've studied, the great leaders, they know how to make quick decisions.
Oh, for sure.
They know how to make quick decisions. And when a person hear that, they think that means rush decisions. Not necessarily, because as time go on, you start mastering, analyzing. Matter of fact, you start learning how to make your decisions without your feelings. Then that's why the best leaders, a pilot, the plane going down, he can't panic, because if he get in his feelings, he not gonna land it right. So he calmed down. I got to make some fast decisions, but without my feelings. I'm just gonna make these decisions. Everybody like, how he's so calm? We about to die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you notice, that's how it is with a lot of great leaders. You start learning to make decisions. Don't let money influence you. Don't let things influence you. And I want to say too, like, don't give into pressure. I ain't gonna lie, I'm guilty of that. Like, I used to I ain't gonna say used to. I'm getting better though. But it's times where I get pressured into making decisions. For example, let's say you at church, right? Or you doing something, and then people ask you, hey, you want to go out and do blah, 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 and you in the moment, you happy, and then you just like, yeah, sure, let's go. But then you forget, like, oh, wait, we already made plans to go, we already had plans to go do this and go do that, but I just don't want to say no because I don't want to hurt their feelings. I'm learning that, like, Terrence, I ain't gonna lie, like, I've been seeing that quality in you. Like, I'm gonna be real, bro. I can't do it. Hey, I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, bro, I love to hang with you, bro, but I gotta get these kids home, and I'm learning that, like, as a man, as a person, just as a person, you gotta start standing on your making the right decisions and standing on them. Like, don't give in to pressure, because pressure, it always leads to the bad decision, because you like, yep, let's, so, yeah, I'm learning all that, bro.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap into that a little bit, and I know we're gonna close this out because we get to the point where people probably like, all right, man, when y'all gonna wrap this? Like the passion and discernment. But really what it
Yeah.
come down to is evaluate your plan. What was your plan? Like just in your situation where you said you left church and you had already had plans, but you kind of like avoided the plans just to like, one, not to hurt people's feelings or whatever it was at that moment. Evaluate your plan. That's why a pilot is so secure in his emotions and not freak out, because he knows the plan. He knows what he has to do, and that comes from training, and that comes from years of development, and that comes from years of understanding and learning how your thoughts interact with your emotions. So if you allow for intrusive thoughts to come in, and that just automatically bypasses your subconscious mind and creates the result in your world, then that's the result you got to live with. But if you can consciously think about your thoughts, stop them before they induce your subconscious mind, and then evaluate them and say, that's not it, and be okay with where you currently are, you're going to always be successful. But it really comes back to, again, knowing what those thoughts are and evaluating those thoughts or the plan before you move and make any type of decision. So evaluate the plan before you move further in anything, and make sure it's the right decision for you and your future self.
Well said, brother. Well said. Evaluate the plan and just master that. Evaluate it with logic. And we not saying, and last thing before we about to wrap it up, and we not saying don't listen to your emotions, like still evaluate them. Understand where they're coming from. Don't ignore them. You feel me? Don't completely just suppress them and throw them out the window, but step back. They call it responding and not reacting. Don't react to your emotions. Step back, listen to them. Because sometimes your emotions are right. Sometimes your intuition is right. Like sometimes it's saying, yo, it look like something finna happen. I need to get my family out of here. Yup.
Danger is the one.
Yup, you sense danger. Sometimes it's right. Some great leaders. Well, I'll give y'all this perfect story before we get out of here. What book was it?
Get it to him.
Bro, it don't even matter really. But it was a fire team, bro. A firefighting team out in a forest or something like that. And no, they was in a house. It was a firefighting team in a house putting out a fire. And literally the head fireman was like, he said, something telling me this building is about to collapse. We got to get out of here right now. They was like, what you talking about? The fire don't look that big. They like, we got this. You sure? He was like, nah. His intuition was like, let's just get up out of here. Bro, as soon as they all made it out the place, it collapsed. He went off purely off of his intuition in that moment was right. He's a leader and he followed his intuition. So, it's up to y'all to figure out, start listening and evaluating your emotions and the logic. And then you can end up making great decisions. You feel me?
I love it. Amazing, man. Hey, that was a great story, man. You got to let me know what book that was so I can read into it. But you kind of, you said it right there, though. But, man, Rasa, it's always a pleasure being on here with you, man. I know we got a lot more things to do in this day. But, bro, really just let the people know, I'm going to let the people know this, is that you can have what you want to have in your life, and it's all based off the decisions. Now, if you made the wrong decision in your life, just move forward and start creating new thoughts to, to better yourself. And honestly, your life will get much better, but you just got to have faith, and you got to have diligence and patience to keep working in it. And it's all going to come to you, baby.
It'll all be here. It'll all be there. And if you listening up to this point, we really appreciate you. You really... I could tell you heading in the right direction, because this show your diligence, this show your patience. You listening, you trying to learn, you trying to grow. We appreciate you, and we pray that you get what you want and you shift your mindset to where it needs to be. You feel me? Even if you're not religious, whatever the case may be, connect with your spiritual side. Get connected with that higher power. Get connected with that energy that's beyond us, bro. We are human beings. We limited without our spiritual power, bro. So yeah, we gonna end it there, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Help us grow. We trying to help people awaken their best as we awaken ours and keep growing. And that's it, Terrence. You got anything else?
Man, peace and love, like you said. Mash that subscribe button and kick the like button.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. Peace, y'all. See y'all next week. We out.